There are stories in music history that aren't about fame or glory. They're about loss, about a brilliant light that burned too brightly and then went out. This is the story of Roger Keith Syd Barrett. Born in 1946, he was a painter, a visionary, and the founding frontman of Pink Floyd. In the mid-60s, he was their heart and soul, their primary songwriter. He pioneered a new sound, whimsical, psychedelic. A stream of consciousness poured into music. His guitar playing wasn't just technical, it was emotional. It was feedback, echo, distortion. It was the sound of a mind expanding. He was the architect of their first album, The Piper of the Gates of Dawn. But the pressure, the fame, and it's widely believed his intense use of psychedelic drugs took a devastating toll. His mental state became fragile, unpredictable. In 1968, just a few years after starting the band, he was gone. He left Pink Floyd. He tried a solo career, released 2 haunting albums, The Madcap Laughs and Barrett. You can hear the fractured genius in every note. But by 1974, he'd had enough. He left it all behind. He retreated completely from public life, returning to painting and gardening in his mother's house in Cambridge. He became a ghost, a myth. But the band never forgot him. How could they? In 1975, they were recording a new album, a tribute to their lost friend. They called it Wish You Were Here, and its centerpiece was a 9-part epic, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. And then the myth walked right into the room. The story goes that during the sessions for that very song, a man wandered into the studio. He was overweight, his head and eyebrows shaved. He seemed vacant, disconnected from reality. The band didn't recognize him. They thought he was a crew member or just a stranger. It was David Gilmour who finally realized the man standing there listening to this song written for him was Syd. Roger Waters was said to have broken down in tears. This shell of a man was a vibrant artist they had once known. The cruelest twist? It was also the day of David Gilmour's wedding. Syd even wandered into the reception hall at EMI. And then, just as quietly as he arrived, he vanished. That was the last time the band really saw him. Waters later told of one final heartbreaking encounter years later in Harrods department store. He saw Syd there to buy sweets, but Syd just scuffled away. No words, just a ghost of a memory. Syd Barrett guarded his privacy until the very end. He died on July 7, 2006 from pancreatic cancer. But his legacy? It's that shooting star, a decade of immense creativity that changed music forever, followed by a silence that was louder than any noise. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but he wasn't there. He was already gone. A crazy diamond that stopped shining, but whose light we're still trying to see.